Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then. Kalulu gets the nod here. Anything we should note about him, Jim?
Well, I'd expect him to add a little more steel and stability to this defence, Peter. He's also very good on the ball, and he always shows courage in wanting to be on it. So you would expect him to contribute a lot to their build-up play.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Frimpong providing an outlet on that flank. And we have our very first corner. And he's managed to get rid. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Irwin. And this is Batistuta. Palmer! It's anyone's ball now. Andrich gets good distance on it. He's a sharp little ball here.
Tries to play it through.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Morocco clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now he's off and running. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Not a lot we need to say about that. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Rafinha. And it's made its way to him.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rice.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
So it is still 0-0. Rafinha. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Knocks it into space.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Ambitious ball here. And it's with the keeper.
Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple.
Oh, just skips past his... And Batistuta!
Hey, what a big...
Oh, he's been caught napping! Shot a goal!
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. That'll be a corner. Corner number 2, then.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Donnarumma trying to keep this in.
There's the delivery. He's had a shot! It's fallen kindly here. Goal!
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now...
Messi!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Can he get on the end of this? Looking to play him in. Well read, nice interception. Lewandowski chasing after it. And this is Lewandowski, looking for options for movement. The message is clear, none shall pass. Rafinha, passing is crisp and sharp. So what can they make of this? Yamal, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Robertson, Frimpong promptly onto that, and that is that. That's beautifully weighted. Yamal, shapes to shoot! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The goal scorer for Morocco.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And here's Lewandowski. Bernardo Silva. Can he spark a counter here? He's in a good position. Oh, shooting chance! No mistake! And again they hit the front. The movement so precise. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Liverpool are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break.
Just a quick announcement, and an exciting one too. We're about to announce today's lottery numbers. Please watch the screen if you have a ticket.
So off we go once more. Robertson. That's been cut out, well played. Rafinha. Hakimi. That's an imaginative pass. But he's forced to go back. Robertson tries to pass it through. That has not gone well. Kalulu. Irwin. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. That has ended up in no man's land. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Rice. Rafinha. Well, that looks a decent ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Liverpool finding their passes. Morocco needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Xavi Alonso, 60 minutes played. Well timed, excellent interception. And he's heaved it away. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Now this could be a chance. Chance! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Real pressure penalty, this. Back in business. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
This is quite a battle.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Looking for the run. Rice. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. This looks promising. Lewandowski was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Liverpool looking to pass their way through. He's got away. Palmer. And a chance! And it's in! And they've got their lead back. Simplicity itself.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Liverpool go into the lead. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Morocco clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Looking for a runner.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And he's there to get it away. Spread it left. Can he latch on to this? And it's Lewandowski! It's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Coming on the field, number 19, Desiree Doué. Number 14, Brian Robson. Number 8, Rijkaard.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Good effort from distance. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And it's Palmer. Into the last 5 minutes. Mbappe receives it in a good... And the finish! That was superb goalkeeping.
Doué really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Well, there's the clearance. Out to the left it goes. Back into the middle.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Robertson. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Frimpong gets across and deals with it. Schneider. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's found a way past. Decent chance! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go...
And we're done. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
And now I'd just like to...
Liverpool can seal the deal here and now. A win guarantees promotion, and their loyal following will settle for nothing less. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Liverpool cannot afford to slip up here. Terrific support, and they're going to need it all. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, this lad, Dominic Szoboszlai, is someone I'm going to keep an eye on here. I like the fact that he's one of the cleanest strikers of the ball, which really shows in both his passing and his attempts at goal. And I can see him drifting in and out, receiving the ball, driving forward into those half spaces and looking to deliver the key pass or get one away himself.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And the pass, it's Schneider! And for a moment, time stood still.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
And Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Doué.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Schneider. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
He is through here. Oh, look at the space here. Caceres defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Bernardo Silva. Schneider. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No way through. That's an imaginative pass. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Liverpool are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Xavi Alonso. Frimpong. Xavi Alonso. Schneider. Mbappe. Doué. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Caceres. It's Van Dijk. And it's Caceres. And Frimpong. And it's Bernardo Silva. Xavi Alonso.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Van Dijk makes the interception.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now it's Doué. Schlotterbeck wins the duel this time. And he's there to retrieve it. That's a good ball out wide. Back into the middle. And he shoots! Goal! Manchester United! And the trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Manchester United are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Manchester United penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Mbappe. Liverpool couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. And the pass is intercepted. Doué. Just ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. It's a throw-in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Caceres does really well to win the ball there. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, nicely intercepted. And that's put paid to a promising move. That's been cut out, well played. Mbappe. Xavi Alonso. He's beaten the last man. Marmouche does have his name on the score sheet, of course. It's a pretty loose pass. It's a searching pass. Dink through. And this is Marmouche. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Please keep your eyes on your children during the match at all
Whistle
times.
goes, and we start the second half.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Caceres kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Xavi Alonso. He's in a great position here. Can he get it through? No, not quite on the same wavelength. Xavi Alonso. Schneider. And it's Van Dijk. Caceres. And it's Bernardo Silva. Xavi Alonso. Looking for the run. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now it's Mbappe.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Bernardo Silva looking to get on the end of this. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well timed, excellent interception. Some resolute defending there. Played into space.
The attendance for this match
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
And that's a good ball.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And here's Doué. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Doué. Now it's Bernardo Silva. And he's managed to get free. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Opts for safety. Van Dijk. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And no surprise, that's a booking. Doué. It's gone backwards. Well read, nice interception. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That's beautifully weighted. Van Dijk. And it's Hernandez. It's Schneider. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Played into space out wide. He has found the way through.
Manchester United surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Xabi Alonso does well to get it back. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's a throw.
Substitution.
Van Dijk. Liverpool have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Raul plays big header! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Vinicius Junior looking to play him in. Dink through. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Bellingham. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Batistuta.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Substitution in progress.
Batistuta. And a chance! Yes, it's in! And they are back where they started in this fight for promotion.
Well, that's certainly lightened the mood on the bench, Peter. Although the boss is clearly telling his players to keep their heads, he'll now need to make some bold decisions to back that up.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish. Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, I think all things considered, Peter, this was a fair result. Both sides showed the right qualities to try and win it, and, you know, ultimately ended up cancelling each other out, at least result-wise. I think any other outcome, I don't think would have been fair.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. This is where they want to be, one small step away from greatness. Win today, and they will be up there amongst the elite. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. Liverpool cannot consider the option of defeat. It's not a question of want, but must.
Tries a shot! Yes! And with that, they take a giant step towards the promised land.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Liverpool penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Well, I think a warning's about right, just a slight rush of blood, nothing too intentional.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Xavi Alonso, good-looking ball. And it's Frimpong. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Akanji, McAllister, Camavinga. Now it's Kane. Passing is crisp and sharp. Wriggles his way through. Valverde. And this is Ronaldo.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. It will be. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Rijkaard. Now it's Kane. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Kane. Xavi Alonso. Iwobi is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Goes for a shot! Goal!
And this is getting better and better.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Liverpool are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rijkaard.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That is good strength. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. And it's Iwobi. And this is Bernardo Silva.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Camavinga. Now, can they get him away? Can he latch on to this? And he's only too happy to take that back. He has found the way through. Messi. That's been cut out, well played. Caceres. genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, just skips past. Chance for a shot! And it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
A case now of complete control. Now it's Messi. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, this looks sharp. He's beaten the last man. Now it's Kane. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Shoots! He scores! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Ah, he's given it away. He's picked his way through. Plenty of appeals, but Iwobi! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Kane.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Bernardo Silva. Can he finish? They've done it! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy. Chance! Now, and the keeper couldn't hold it. And he seemed certain to get the sixth.
Yeah, he came away empty-handed in the end, but it was wonderful movement.
And it's Iwobi. Well, that has not gone well. Now it's Kane. The message is clear, none shall pass. Oh, he's found support out wide. Bernardo Silva receives it in a wide position. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And he's going to have his name taken.
Not the worst challenge in the world, Peter, but this really isn't the time for it, is it?
There's the whistle for half-time. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Liverpool utterly dominant in the first 45 minutes, scoring at will. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Knocks it into space. And Van Nistelrooy! And it's in! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game?
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Valverde. And that has put paid to that. Frimpong. And he's managed to get free. Picked out brilliantly. Played out to the left flank. Plenty to aim at here.